Which of the following equations is true? Let's check all of our answer choices and find out. Starting with answer choice A, we don't need to solve that entire equation in order to eliminate it as an answer choice. So let's just set up the math vertically so it's easier to see. If this answer choice is correct, it should equal 7851. But we don't have to solve the whole thing. We just have to solve this first column of math, because if it doesn't equal the number 1, then we can automatically eliminate it as an answer choice. So let's start. These two numbers are being added together, and then this number is being subtracted. So 0 plus 5 will just give us 5. Minus 7, we would have to borrow, so that would become 15. This would become 2. 15 minus 7 gives us 8. It does not give us 1, so A is incorrect. For answer choice B, to turn a decimal into a percentage, we need to multiply it by 100, because the actual word behind percent, the word per in math means to multiply, and cent means 100. So quite literally, a percentage of something is something multiplied by 100. So if we want to change 0.012 into a percentage, we need to multiply it by 100. And anytime you're multiplying by a multiple of 10, a 10, 100, 1,000, 100,000, you're moving the decimal point to the same number of spaces as you have zeros. So if we have 2 zeros in 100, we're moving the decimal point 2 spaces to the right. So that means 0.012 is 1.2%, which does not equal 12%. And thus B is not the correct answer. For answer choice C, we're going to need to find some common denominators. So let's start with the first two fractions in this equation. For this one, we know that 5 is a factor of 10, so we can just focus on multiplying this fraction by some other whole fraction to get a common denominator of 10. 5 times 2 will give us 10, so we need 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. 2 times 3 will give us 6. 2 times 5 will give us 10. Now we have common denominators. We can add our numerators. 6 plus 4 will give us 10 over a denominator of 10. And any number, anytime the numerator and the denominator are the same number, that is just equal to a whole number 1. So now, for the rest of the equation, we would have the number 1 minus 3 over 15 should equal 4 over 5. A whole number can be rewritten as a fraction. The number 1 we just said is any identical number as your numerator and denominator, so we can just set this as 15 over 15 so that we have a common denominator right away. 15 minus 3 would give us 12 over 15. Right now that doesn't look like 4 over 5 because we still need to simplify. That means finding the greatest common factor and dividing both the numerator and the denominator by that number. The greatest common factor here is probably 3. Let's try it. 12 divided by 3 will give us 4. 15 divided by 3 will give us 5. And that matches, so we know that answer C is our correct answer. At that point, you would be able to mark C as your correct answer and move on with the rest of the test. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you answer choice D as well. Answer choice D is set up to be what we call a proportional ratio. And a proportional ratio is just like the simplification that we did in answer choice C, where we had 12 over 15 is equal to 4 over 5. Because if we were to multiply 4 by 3 and 5 by the same number 3, we would get a similar equivalent fraction. So it's true that these two fractions are equal to one another. So if this is true, if these two fractions are proportional to one another, they are equivalent to one another, then we should be able to multiply the bottom and the top by the same number, of the right fraction to get the left fraction. And an easy way to check this, a very quick way to check this, is to do cross multiplying, which many people call the butterfly method because it looks like a little butterfly. So if we multiply 1250 by 4, that should be equivalent to 50 times 75. And if I do that math in my calculator, we will get 5,000 on the left side, and on the right side, we will get 3,750. These are not equivalent, so D is not the correct answer.